everyone? Welcome back to the Sports Minorities Podcast. Chance for us to get together with the pandemic and just why not? There's a lot to talk about this week. Probably the worst week picks-wise for us. We'll get into all that and just quite an event that we've had leading into the Thanksgiving. I'm JC, joined, of course, this time. He's joining us despite his Bucks losing. We got Rob.
Hey, I'm awake, guys.
We got Nori.
Look at that. We were so good last week. We were so good last week. We have to show up to get a win. Look at that.
And then we got Chicken Wing.
Chicken Wing.
Well, I mentioned in our intro that it was definitely the worst week for us picks-wise. I was always, at least me, fearful when I have a bad week. Hopefully nobody has a good week and I can keep the lead. And it worked out in my favor, at least, that I kept the lead. So chat along with us. If you're in the live chat with us, let us know what you thought about last week's games, about all the craziness that's going on in the NFL right now. And then join us along with us as we make our picks for week 12. For right now, nobody's on a bye, so it's a lot to talk about. But then again, one game's getting shuffled around a bit. So it's currently scheduled for Sunday. We'll get into all that as well. So let's get this started with week 11. Let me throw the standings up so you can see how bad we did.
Just gloss over that.
Yeah, Rob went 6-8, and myself, Nori, and Mike all went 7-7. Good old 500.
We can't talk too much.
Yeah. The good news is
That's fine.
all of us here have at least 100 wins. So, congratulations, guys. We all made it. So, who wants to go first on the pick that was just like, what the game that just really irked you that you picked it? Go ahead, Nori. What do you got?
I want to vow on the show, on the record,
Uh-huh.
I will never pick the Atlanta Falcons to win another game this season. Never. I'm officially 0-11. I'm saying 0-11 because even their bye week I couldn't get right. I'm 0-11 on the Falcons. It's amazing that I cannot get a feel on the team. It's frightening. It's horrible. So never again am I reaching for the Falcons or believing. I don't care how much talent they have. I don't care if they get Dion Prime on a time machine, Michael Vick. I don't care. Not doing it. I'm not picking the Falcons ever again. So
yeah, you're
can't get a read on them.
Your Falcons is my Texans. I took New England, especially after the way they played, and they went into Houston and Houston showed up. That's really what it was, and I can't get a read on Houston at this point. So I still don't know if I'm going to pick them this week. I'm kind of back and forth on that. I know they're going to play Thanksgiving in Detroit, and Detroit didn't favor so much well either. Props to PJ Walker, XFL quarterback, showing up for Carolina, man. Yeah. Keeping that XFL legacy alive because everybody remembers Tommy Maddox winning a championship with the LA Galaxy and then showing up for Pittsburgh and doing pretty well. So, Chicken Wing, I want to ask you about Seattle and Arizona. I know you picked Seattle.
I was the only one that picked Seattle too.
I know you were.
Scrubs.
Were you surprised by that though? I think a lot of us were. So no.
I knew their offense was just a little too much for Arizona to handle, but it wasn't like Arizona's offense was bad either.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just a shootout, and Seattle just ended up shooting more bullets. That's all it was.
Yeah. Is there a pick you regret a lot this weekend, Chicken Wing?
Actually, honestly, no, man. Like every pick, I can't say I was surprised. Like it kind of makes sense. Like Washington, Cincy, like Burrow went down. Okay, well there goes Cincy. Tennessee, Baltimore. That game was a nail biter. I know you were breaking things in your house when you scored that go ahead touchdown, tie the game.
AJ Brown touchdown. I was going nuts, man. I'll tell you what, man. That was insane. Yeah.
So I mean, that game could have gone either way, but Baltimore should have closed it out. They didn't. Like what you said, no one expected Houston to show up for once. Honestly, the surprise game, not my regret game, was the Denver-Miami game. Honestly.
That's my regret game.
Yeah.
I regretted not actually listening to someone say, "Oh yeah, they're going into Denver." I was like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, I said
Smart said that and didn't listen to that. Yeah.
Well, see,
will.
I said that, but I thought Miami would pull it out. I said this was going to be a test for Tua, to go into to Denver, and even if he struggled, I thought, okay, they got Fitzmagic to help him out, but I guess it was too big a deficit to overcome. And yeah, going into that altitude and that air,
None of us listen, man. We all went Miami.
yeah,
Honestly, but that's the rules of sports, gentlemen. Like you go with the hot hand.
yeah.
You know,
So
Tua was undefeated, top 10 offense, top 10 defense. Denver not playing good. Like I would have picked them again.
Rob, I won't ask you about your Bucks. We can talk about that later. I will ask you about the Saints because after we broadcast, all of a sudden Jameis Winston wasn't the starter anymore. They went with the rookie in New Orleans.
Changed my pick too. I was like, let's go.
Go ahead.
Orleans-
How do you feel about that?
They're gonna take our division. There's no way they're losing any of the next 4 games. I just don't see it.
Hmm.
But see Tampa coming in second in the division. I don't even know if that's enough to make the playoffs at this point.
Let's
It
see.
should be.
I
Right
mean,
now, you're
they-
the 6th seed, and the top 7 make it. So you're sitting pretty, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
you should
control
be
of your own
fine.
destiny, basically. Yeah. So
like going in 7th seed is not the greatest because then we come in against Green Bay.
Number
I
2.
right now is
Yeah.
the Rams as the 2 seed.
Rams.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so right now it's basically between the winner of the NFC South versus the NFC West, who's taking top seed. That's what it's looking like right now.
NFC
Yeah.
West is going to be sending 3 as
For sure.
Yeah.
What about Green Bay? Green Bay, don't they have a cupcake schedule? Again?
well, are you still sold on Green Bay actually playing well? I mean, yeah, they're 7-3 right
I'm the only
now.
one here who's not sold on Green Bay.
Yeah, they're at the
We
3 seed
can-
right now.
We
but
can
yeah.
look. They
So-
have Bears, Eagles, Lions, Panthers, Titans, Bears. Those are their last
Mhm.
6 games.
That sounds pretty free.
Yeah.
Who do they have at home though? Because I know Tennessee's at
Well, they have
late
one at home.
late in the season in Lambeau. So it depends on the weather.
Bears, Eagles, Panthers, Titans are all at home. And then obviously the last game will be at Chicago, and then they will be at Detroit December 13th.
Well, 2 automatic against Chicago because I don't think they're.
I think the sweep of Chicago, yeah.
Yeah.
Defense is the same.
And Philly's just a free one because NFC East.
So,
Um,
JC, what are we rocking tonight?
Well,
Yeah.
before I do that, I just want to wish Joe Burrow a healthy recovery because he was having a pretty decent year for the Bengals. Poor guy. And pretty much busted up his entire knee, ACL, MCL, everything bad. And I think it's safe to say that's game for the Bengals season. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull out another win, but wish him all the best. And it's funny that's going on, and when we got the news before we started recording that Marcus Paul, strength and conditioning coach for the Cowboys, Cowboys had canceled practice on Tuesday after he collapsed, and very next day we found out he passed away. So day before a big game on Thanksgiving, wishing his family and friends all the best. Suddenly very young too, 54 years old. So no word on why that was. We can only hope that friends and family, everybody close to him, even though Cowboys players, they're going to come out motivated to play for this guy tomorrow. So I don't know if that affects any of our picks on here. So we'll see. So overall standings for us, though, let me pull that up real quick. Chicken Wing is at 101 and 59. Rob at 102 and 58. Nori 104 and 56, and I'm at 107 and 53. That's after 11 weeks of the NFL season. So we're each averaging about 10 correct picks a week. Not too bad. So, all right, week 12. Nobody's on bye, and it's time to select the random order that we're going to be going in. Of course, unless your team is playing, you're picking first. But here we go. Got the names in. Let's see who's going to be picking first this week on the games. I need a drum roll sound effect here, but
Really?
Rob is picking first.
Supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Let's pick
Of
another
course.
name.
Right. I won't play this anymore.
I'm picking second this time.
Of course, not JC's going to steal my ideas.
Yeah.
Of course.
Can't steal him if he's going
Might as well
first.
just go last and say whatever whatever JC said because that's how it usually ends up.
Nori's going right after me, so Chicken Wing is
Told
coming
you.
up in the rear. So.
Told you, let's go. This is a good week. This good week already. I'm already feeling it. Let's go.
Unfortunately, that puts Rob, Nori, and I at a disadvantage because we can't see what Chicken Wing's doing and then picking the opposite because we know that we'd probably
Right.
be correct. So yeah, I mean
Right.
that's pretty much what's going on. So all right,
That's
so
why it keeps that mentality. Like,
Yeah.
just do the opposite of what you guys do. That's what you're doing. Keep it up.
now,
Okay.
something to note on this Thanksgiving, we're going to start with the Thanksgiving games, which is now 2 games because Baltimore at Pittsburgh has been moved to Sunday due to a little COVID outbreak going on in Baltimore. And as angry as a lot of the Steelers fans, Steelers players are tweeting about it, saying this is BS. We've been preparing. Hey, you're playing football in a season with a pandemic. This type of shit is going to happen, unfortunately. So just deal with it and move on, basically. Now, this is actually one of the rare Thanksgivings where both Texas teams are playing on Thanksgiving. So we'll start with Houston at Detroit. Houston favored by 3. Rob, what do you got?
I don't like either team, honestly. But I'm gonna take the Texans on this one. After showing up against New England, just go with the hot hand right now.
Mhm.
So I'm taking the Texans.
I said it. The Texans are my Atlanta. The Texans are to me what Atlanta is to Nori, and every time I've picked the Texans, I've kind of been burned on it. And yeah, they show up at home. I don't know how well they do on the road, and I know Detroit got shut out in Carolina, but back home on Thanksgiving, I'm actually going to go with Detroit on this. Even though, I mean, I just I don't know why it is. I can't trust myself picking Houston right now because every time they do, they screw me over.
Stadium though, like
Huh?
they're still not letting anybody in. So I mean, it's not like there's really
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just still. I don't know if it's the early kickoff or what, but I can't trust Houston for me pick wise. So it's not nothing I can do. Nori, what about you? We
Mic's
can't
out,
hear you.
bro.
Your mic's out. Are you muted?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go for it.
I said it last week, and I'm going to stay with it. That I think Matt Patricia in Detroit had lost the locker room, and all the evidence I needed was literally not even getting a single point on Carolina. It was not really known for their amazing defense.
Mhm.
Like the team just quit. So I don't care really who shows up against Detroit. I'm going to pick the opposite team. So and the Texans are still fighting. So I'll be very shocked if Texans lose this game.
Okay. And Chicken Wing.
I'm stealing their ideas just because what Nori said earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Texans just because I'm going to steal it and I take everything from him.
Sounds about right. Sounds
Yep.
about right. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
You got to
This is
catch
why
up
we
somehow.
Go last. This is
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
hey, random number generator. It's in my favor, bro. Sorry.
This week anyway. So.
It'll be next week too. Watch.
All right. Next game, Washington at Dallas. Good old NFC East rivalry. I can't recall how many times it's been played on Thanksgiving. This is the 3:30 kickoff on Fox. So when everyone's getting dessert or whenever you've had a nap after your Thanksgiving lunch. Dallas favored by
This
2.5. Nori, it's your division. Who you got in this one?
I think football, like all other sports, are emotional games. I was going to pick the Washington football team simply because I like their defensive line a lot better against the Cowboys' patchwork offensive line. I think it's a very bad matchup for the Cowboys, but if they're ever going to really show up and play inspired football, I think it's going to be for the strength coach who just passed away. So I'm begrudgingly going to pick Dallas to win this game.
All right. Rob?
I'm gonna go with the emotion. Dallas has just lost a coordinator, so I think they'll be playing a lot. Just with a lot of emotion, a lot more than we usually see them play. Yeah, Dallas.
Yeah, I'm with you, Nori. Before that news, I was picking Washington. Giants, Cowboys, and Washington are in a 3-way tie for second place at 3-7 in the NFC East. I know.
Don't remind us.
NFC Beast.
Don't remind us, please.
I know.
Don't
and
remind
the
us.
crazy part is that whoever wins this game very easily could be in first place because the Eagles are playing Seattle. So, and the Giants got a shot too as well. So, but yeah, I'm gonna pick Dallas. I was right there with you. I was going Washington up until that news. These
Bad
guys
matchup.
are going to play for their coach. I mean, you're going to see a whole lot of Zeke on Thanksgiving. But that's pretty much what it's going to come down to. So, Chicken Wing, what about you?
I regret this pick.
Oh, let Trini hear this. Let her hear this.
Make sure she's
She's
watching.
Well,
not-
no.
Make
Hold on.
sure
You have
she's
to
watching.
regret
She's
it, Mike.
gone.
Hold on. It doesn't mean we want Dallas to win. There's money on the line. Who, on paper, do you think is going to win? There's a difference. I don't like the Cowboys. I hate
Say
them.
it, Mike. Say it.
Say it, Mike.
I want to hear you say it. Let's go. Say
You're
it.
picking them to win because you want to.
The Cowboys. That's who I'm picking to win. I hate saying that, but yeah.
Someone clip that, send that to me so I can forward it on to Trini. Come on.
For sure.
Yeah, he's going to be snippeting that from the VOD after this is over, I'm sure.
Yeah, he is, dude. I know he is. Jesus.
All right, on to the Sunday games now. We're going to start with Baltimore at Pittsburgh. This was initially going to be basically the main event of Thursday night. You had the two undercards, Houston at Detroit.
The only reason to tune in. Only reason to tune in.
Yeah, now it's like, okay, find a good college football game, But Baltimore at Pittsburgh. So as of right now, this is scheduled to air nationally at 12:15 p.m. Central Time. It's still
On
going to be
NBC, right?
NBC on NBC. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth are going to have the call on this game. So on the Sunday night game, it's going to be Mike Tirico and Tony Dungy calling that for NBC. So
Thank God.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So this is going to be a national TV game, and basically it's going to be competing with whatever the local game is in your area. In essence, you're really going to have 3 NFL games on your local channels: one on CBS, one on Fox, depending where you are, and one on NBC. So we're going to start with this game just because it was initially slated for Thursday. It's currently for Sunday, early after a game. Pittsburgh is favored by 4, 10-0, looking to go 11-0. Rob, what do you got?
I've got Pittsburgh on this one. I think Ben Roethlisberger's playing beyond his age. Like, this does not look like an old man playing. Chase Claypool is an amazing rookie right now, and Mike Tomlin is just an amazing coach at this point.
Mhm.
You cannot doubt his coaching skills. So, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm going with Pittsburgh too. The Steelers are going to be itching to hit somebody. There's a lot of anger, obviously, about the fact that this game is getting postponed from Thursday. They've already been prepping on a short week, and they're going to go 11-0. Baltimore hasn't really shown me right now, even though it is their division, they haven't shown me that they can beat this team. So, Nori, what about you?
Yeah, not only even before COVID, Baltimore lost the last 2, and the Steelers have had a very soft 10-0 schedule, but they're only playing the games that they have. I think they've only played 1 or 2 good teams. That's it. But Chase Claypool is on pace to break Randy Moss's rookie wide receiver touchdown record.
Wow.
I believe at 19. He's on pace to do it.
Okay.
So I'm going to rock with the Steelers.
And Chicken Wing.
I'm sticking by what I said.
I was wondering if you were going to after the way Baltimore's been playing.
Baltimore is going to go to Pittsburgh and smack that ass all day. It's going to happen. They're going to be 1-1 on the series. And yes, I will be the standalone giant again.
I can't wait till next week. What's your regret pick? And then this comes up.
It won't be. It won't be.
Clipped.
It won't be. This will honestly be like if they lose, if Pittsburgh loses, this is one of those losses that you have to take now instead of taking it at week 18 into the playoffs. First week of the playoffs. So I rather them take their loss, and like what Nori said, they have a cupcake schedule, so that's the majority of the reason why they're 10-0, and they played the NFC East.
He spelled
4
it.
games. I was just,
Yeah.
So
They did beat the Titans. I think that's their best win so far.
it is by far it is their best win, but they played against the East. So
You
we're gonna
play
leave
the
it at that.
schedule in front of you. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't really
Hey.
blame them for that. So.
But they do have, like I said, they do have a legit win. It's not just they didn't play the East 10 times. Like they do have a couple legit wins over.
They
good
might as well have
Mhm.
playing against Jacksonville. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop, JC. I mean that's
Well,
that
Fine.
should be the
Jacksonville
Ravens.
shit. That's fine.
They
I
beat
know.
the Ravens, they beat the Titans. Like they've
Yeah.
they've beat some good teams.
Yeah, and they've beaten a good Bengals team twice. You say what you will, it's their division, but Bengals with Bengals with Burrow were really, really good. So
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
Oh,
so-
absolutely. That record is not that team
Yeah.
for Cincy, but this is a division game, so it's not going to be lopsided like people think it's going to be.
All right. Next game is noon CBS. Actually, a good amount of the country is going to see this. The Atlanta area and a lot of pretty much the West and Central time, and West and Mountain and part of the Central time zones are going to see Las Vegas going into Atlanta. Coming off a 3-point loss to Kansas City. I don't regret that pick from last week. I like the way the Raiders are playing. But Rob, you're picking this first. The Raiders are favored by 3. Who you got?
I got the Raiders on this one. I think if you're able to push Kansas City to the brink like that, you've got to have a solid offense and definitely a solid defense. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Raiders on this one.
Same. My only worry is that they're traveling across the country for a noon game, going from Pacific to Eastern time zone for a noon kickoff on Sunday. But still, Atlanta hasn't shown me anything recently that they're going to be able to hang. I think the Raiders are pretty upset that they didn't get that one against KC. It was a matter of who had the ball last, basically. Yeah. So, but I'm going with the Raiders as well. Nori?
I'm gonna need you to pick this team to lose, Nori. Pick the Falcons to lose. Jesus Christ.
There could be an NFL strike, and these could all be replacement players, and I would still pick the Raiders. They could all have COVID, cancer, the entire starters, all of them. And if they're playing the Atlanta, if I see that bird, I'm never picking them again. So Raiders.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Yes, unanimous. It's gonna go Vegas.
Falcons fans are cheering right now because that Nori's picked against them. They might win this one. I'm just gonna throw it
No,
out there.
guaranteed. clip this. Guaranteed.
Clip this.
Clip this. I guarantee it.
He's
Raiders
gonna
are
pick
winning.
them to lose the rest of the season, and they're gonna come out with some wins. I promise you.
Any win, I'm sure of this whole entire week, the Raiders are going to win 99-3. Watch.
All right, Chicken Wing. Are you gonna ride with the Falcons as the lone wolf here, or are you going with the Raiders?
Oh no, it's unanimous. This
Okay.
is all Raiders. No, sir. No,
I'm trying to mess with you.
no, sir. No, you can't change my mind on that one.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see how you pick this next one. Chargers at Buffalo.
Easy.
Again, another Pacific team going to the East Coast. Buffalo favored by 5.5. Rob, what do you got?
I got Buffalo on this one. Yeah, just Buffalo. No, I don't have anything.
You don't want me to steal your idea? That's okay. That's okay.
Go away.
I'm with you. It's Buffalo at home. They've been playing pretty well at home, and yeah, the Chargers are flying all like. This is literally like the exact opposite side of the country from LA. You're not just going to the East Coast; you're going to the Northeast. So you don't get much further out that direction other than going to New England. So I got Buffalo at home beating the Chargers. Nori?
I think the game will be closer than people think. I really do. I traditionally, I don't know. I have a feeling that this game will be closer than people think. I'm going to go with the Bills. Their defense is better. They're more polished. They're beating better teams. They're more consistent. But I won't be surprised if this is within a touchdown or 3 points.
Okay. And Chicken Wing.
Definitely gonna pick Buffalo to win and to cover. Easy money. And I'm gonna steal JC's idea on this one here that they're traveling across the country. West Coast team playing against the East Coast team.
Mike can't go last. Never.
Just keep Mike at last
Stealing.
the rest of the season.
Stealing everybody's ideas.
First pick every
I mean,
week.
you got
Out
to
of-
you got to steal some. You ain't looking too good in the standings, bro. I'm just
Start borrowing some ideas here. Yeah.
Definitely gonna borrow all y'all's ideas. If
Yeah.
y'all screw up, I
Watch
screw
this
up.
next pick. I already know what he's gonna say. Let's go. Okay.
Oh, bad. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I'll be surprised.
Let me
if
go first
anybody-
then.
No.
Let me go first.
Hey, it's not your
Screw that.
team. It's Nori's team because his Giants are going to Cincy. Giants are favored by 6. Nori, I know you would have loved to see how your team did against Burrow. You're coming off a bye. Obviously, that's not happening. I assume you're going with your Giants right now to beat Cincy. So
I very much am. I feel like the Giants definitely need to show up. They've been playing consistent football. Daniel Jones, when he doesn't have a turnover, he's winning games. So the Bengals defense has never been impressive. Joe Burrow made them look better than they are. If we don't win this game, we don't deserve to even have any whispers of winning the division or anything like that. So I really hope for Pride and to look good. They could use the morale boost. They really run up the score in Cincy. They need to. I'm picking the Giants.
okay, Rob.
I've got the Giants. Joe Burrow was the one scoring for Cincinnati, whether it was through the air or just running when he had trouble in the pocket and they were close. Without that, like honestly, who is their replacement? Because I haven't even seen.
Yeah. Uh,
So
Same. Going with the Giants. I mean, the Bengals couldn't beat Washington. The Giants have swept Washington. The Giants coming off a bye. This is prime. This is prime when Nori's team is going to make a run at 7-9 or 6-10 and win the NFC East. That's really what it's going to be right here.
Don't break my heart,
This is
JC.
where it
Don't-
starts.
I
This
need
is
to
where
take
it
one game at a
starts,
time.
ho.
I need to take one game at a time, man.
No, no, one game at a time, man. So, you know, I think your team's learned to do that, and then they got to buy at the right time. So, Chicken Wing, you.
All right, you see this picture? What jersey am I wearing? That's the Giants jersey. That's the team I'm going for.
You look very
Telling
handsome.
you.
in that. You look very
Yeah,
handsome.
I was very debonair in that one.
Yeah.
wear them because
That should be a wallpaper. You
Yeah.
get a lot more fans.
This guy. I
That
did it
was-
for you.
we took that at Fatso's, right? I think I was in that picture
Yep.
too, right? Yeah.
We took that at Fatso.
God, I miss
That's when I was
Fatso's.
poor and I couldn't afford jerseys. So I borrowed that guy's jersey.
And I knew this picture would come back years later, so thank you.
Yes, the
It was an
prophet.
investment. It was an
The
investment.
prophecy.
As far as where it's gonna be broadcast, obviously Cincy, New York area, Washington, Dallas area, but pretty much somewhere between Austin and San Antonio. You're not gonna be able to watch it. So basically, Nor, if you want to watch it, you can get on Red Zone, get on the ticket, or drive to San Marcos. You'll probably be able to see it. So
I definitely will not watch it on my hacked Fire Stick, which is not hacked. Absolutely not. That would be wrong.
okay. All right. It's a game that we're gonna see locally, and one that I gotta pick. Titans at Colts. Oh Lord. I mean, I'm just happy we
Wrong.
got a win last week.
What's wrong?
Well, because we lost to them 2 weeks ago, and it's always the Colts. It's always the Colts. Good majority of the country is going to see this, including us on CBS.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yes, should be a good game. I feel a
Well,
little
it should be a
better.
good game.
I feel better about the Titans now, having beaten Baltimore, because there was a point where I was like, "Really, this is where we're going?" It felt like we were in free fall, and thankfully we came back. Got to get the split, and I think we can go into India and do it. So obviously, I'm going with Tennessee. I'll say it again. Hashtag tighten up, please. So,
Please. Let's be good. Tighten up, please.
just show up, man. Just let Derrick Henry run. Play. Our defense stepped up and played great, especially with Clowney not being active. We seem to play a lot better. So I'm happy to see that. We just need to get a good pass rush on Phillip Rivers, regardless of whichever one shows up. So yeah, going with Tennessee. Rob?
I'm gonna take a gamble on Rivers this week. I think with how weak your third down stoppages have been recently,
Mhm.
I think those extra little first downs are gonna be enough to tip the scale in Indy's favor. So I'm going with Indy this week.
All right. Nori?
I'm actually going Indy too. Only because they seem to have them figured out for whatever reason. Those two helmets, it doesn't go in the Titans' favor. I don't know what it is. Whether it's luck, whether it's now Rivers, I don't get it. I think they're both equally good on their best day, but I'm gonna go with consistency. It was a big win for the Titans to beat the Ravens, but I kind of feel like it's more the Ravens falling apart than it is the Titans. I'm glad they won, but the Colts beating, I think, beating Green Bay, which I still think Green Bay is overrated. I'll die saying that because it's true. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Colts.
All right. And Chicken Wing.
JC, you the lone wolf on this one, bro.
I figured I would
definitely
be.
Going.
I mean, you ride with who won 2 weeks ago.
Definitely
I
going.
get that. So, yeah.
So I'm gonna go with my instinct this time. That pass defense is gonna stop you again, and y'all gonna get swept by the Colts.
All right. Well, you can kiss my ass.
Sorry, brother.
That's
I
fine.
know. That's okay. I felt some hatred come from that one.
Let's move on
Yeah,
before I
JC,
throw my
hope
F-bomb out
nobody
there.
spits in your mouth.
Yeah.
Man, you one a week.
Yeah.
He
No,
he
I'm
didn't
not
he
ready.
didn't say the F word yet though.
Not yet. I'm not going to waste it on that fool that's in last place. All right. Carolina at Minnesota. Minnesota favored by 4.5, despite losing to Dallas last week. Props to Andy Dalton though, coming back after COVID, after a concussion. I'm actually surprised Minnesota's favored here, especially the way Carolina's played. I believe they're going to get Bridgewater back this week too. So
They are.
yeah.
He
Rob,
is okay to return.
Carolina's in your division. You're picking first anyway. Who you got?
I've got Carolina on this one. I
Mhm.
don't understand why they're the underdog this one, but
I don't know either.
I don't get it. But yeah, I've got Carolina. I think they're playing a lot better than people give them credit for.
Mhm.
Evidently, the spread doesn't agree. But yeah, I've got Carolina on this one.
Yeah, same for me. It wasn't so much the win that impressed me as the fact that they shut out Detroit and did it. I mean, with a backup, and obviously they're going to have Bridgewater again, and then they're going to be playing indoors. So Carolina's playing great. They're keeping pace, and they make a decent run. So I'm going with Carolina. Nori?
I mean, they put up a bunch of points against Dallas' Swiss cheese defense.
Mhm.
They exposed very bad Green Bay, but really, like the Carolina defense is not a joke. They've been playing everybody tough. I'm with Rob. I don't get it. I'm not a
Mhm.
football expert, so maybe I'm just missing something, and I'm a Neanderthal. But I don't get why Carolina's not favored by a lot.
Mhm.
So I believe the complete opposite. I'm with Carolina too, especially Bridgewater coming back.
All right, and Chicken Wing.
2 words. Dalvin Cook. I was gonna drop the F-bomb in the middle there, but I'm not. That's the reason why Minnesota's gonna tear that ass up, and they're gonna take this win. I'll be the lone wolf and take the Vikings in this shootout. Bang
I
bang.
mean, Cook has to go off because if Carolina shuts him down, Kirk Cousins is not.
He
gonna
went
beat
off
him.
last week. He won a 160 scrimmage yards against Dallas, and they still lost. There's only so much.
I mean, he went off against Tennessee and they still lost too. So I mean,
Exactly.
Cook. I mean, you let Cook get
Still
3
not
yards,
on
that's
Cook.
fine.
The
Yeah,
best right now.
no,
You're
Cook's
Derrick
great.
Henry.
Not knocking on Cook,
No.
but I'm saying he's the difference maker and gonna be in this upcoming game.
But
Okay.
the Panthers defensive line is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And all you have to do
No
is
one's
focus.
arguing that.
Now, listen, me personally, if I'm gonna bet on the Carolina defense, I'm gonna bet on Bridgewater before I bet on Cousins. I'll make it simpler.
Oh, absolutely. Offense wise, Bridgewater over Cousins. But I'm saying if Cousins doesn't have to do work, like let me give you the example. The NFC Championship game between us and the fraudulent Packers. How many passes did Jimmy G throw? 7. The whole damn game. So if he ain't gotta work, if Cousins ain't gotta work and Dalvin Cook can do the work, hey, that's all you gotta do.
Arizona at New England. They are flying across the country for a noon kickoff in New England. And Arizona, despite that, is favored by 2. So, Rob, who you got on this one?
Okay, this one I really don't get. I don't get why the spread is so low on this one. Like,
Maybe it's the flight. I have no idea. I mean, Arizona did just lose to Seattle.
You lost to Seattle. Okay.
I mean, I don't
Then
know.
you're
I don't
going
work in Vegas. So,
But remember when Seattle New England played, that was also a close game.
yeah.
So they're combining a lot of factors and variables into that.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I didn't pay too much attention to the Seattle New England game because it's not my division. Don't care.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna take. Who did I take on this one? I took Arizona on this one.
Mhm.
I still believe Cam Newton still has a lot of work in New England if they're going to make him definite base of the organization. I don't see any of their other rookies becoming that head honcho, that lead. And I believe in D Hop. I believe in Kyler Murray. So yeah, Arizona.
Okay. Yeah, I'm also going to Arizona. Despite them losing last week, the fact that they lost on Thursday night, they kind of de facto got a bye week and some time to prepare for the travel. Flying over to New England, and Arizona is trying to keep pace in a very, very tough division. So I do have Arizona winning this one. Nori?
Arizona good. Fuck the Patriots. That's it.
Okay.
The hatred for Boston is real.
That is real. That's like genuine hatred. Like,
Yeah.
True.
I still think of their best day. I think of their best day. Arizona's the best team in the NFC. I still think that.
Okay. And Chicken Wing.
No doubt about that. I hate you, Bill O'Brien. But yes,
He's a
Arizona
great guy.
is
He's
gonna.
a great guy. Bill O'Brien's
Shut up, JC. Anyway, so yes, definitely gonna go with Arizona, and I think you said the spread was 2, right?
Yeah, it's 2 for Arizona right now.
Yeah, if it wasn't at New England, they were favored to win by 1, so that's why. Got to remember that home rule gives you +3 automatically.
Well, then Arizona would have been favored by 5.
1.
Yeah.
By 5. Yeah.
Your math is wrong.
They're favored by.
I'm flap. Oh, Arizona's favored.
Arizona's favored by 2.
Yeah.
So,
My fault.
yeah.
My fault.
So,
You're right.
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick. I think the NBA has the Larry O'Brien Trophy, but every Titans fan holds up the Bill O'Brien
Bill
Trophy.
O'Brien
oh
Trophy.
God, yeah. If
Stop. Oh my God.
if that
I'm
doesn't
leaving-
exist
I'm
yet,
leaving
I'm
this.
going on crownawards.com and inventing that, and I
I'm
will.
leaving
I
this.
will
You really should make
Photoshop
that.
this when D-Hop wins the Giuseppe Trophy.
If D Hop wins the NFC MVP
NFC.
or something like that, I'll make the Bill O'Brien
The
trophy.
Bill O'Brien Trophy.
I'll send one to any Texans fan that I know too.
That's
So
his
it'd be
best.
great.
That's his best contribution to football is rescuing DeAndre Hopkins from that awful franchise and putting him with a winner.
Yeah.
Awful.
Ah,
Okay.
good man.
If you
good
actually
man,
make
Bill.
that trophy, I will.
I'll
Never mind,
send
I'm
you
not gonna
one.
say it on
I'll
here.
send
I'm not
you
gonna say it
one.
on. No, I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it on here.
Mm,
It'll get me in trouble.
yes, it will. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Shut up, Rob.
Now, Miami coming off a loss in Denver, going up big division game against the Jets. I say big division in quotes. Miami's favored by 7. The Jets
And they shall
are,
be the unanimous pick.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say like, this is gonna be the unanimous pick right
Yeah,
here. So
I think it's safe to say Miami's. I mean,
Yeah,
the Jets
Miami,
are
yeah.
mathematically eliminated from
They're
playoff
already
contention.
out. We
Yes.
have 3 weeks left. 4 weeks left.
If
5.
Adam Gase still has
Oh,
a
five,
job,
excuse me.
I'm not picking the Jets. I don't care who they get.
Yes.
If Adam Gase is still hired, that means they don't want to win. So there must be some. I mean, this is the most public tanking job I've seen in my life.
Mhm.
So yeah,
And right
I think
now
we're all-
they're on pace to have that number 1 pick. So yeah, and they got a pretty substantial lead on that too. I think next in the race is Jacksonville and then Cincy. So that's what they got. They're racing for Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. So yeah, I think it's safe to say we're all going Miami. This is an easy one. Yeah, let's move on. So
same for the next game too.
all right,
I
Cleveland.
bet you.
Cleveland at Jacksonville. Well, it is Cleveland, so who knows, right?
Wow, but
Cleveland-
it's Jacksonville.
I know exactly. This is
yeah,
tough.
but Jacksonville's not like as. I don't know. They're not playing bad, but I think we're all picking the Browns, right? Is anybody gonna disagree here? I think we're all picking
Is
the
anyone
Browns.
going to take a
No.
shot on the Jags?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
The Jags receiver core has saved me in fantasy. I'm just going to throw that out there. James Robinson is a beast on the ground, but they cannot put up enough points. Like,
Nope.
they just can't. So
They don't have the
yeah.
running game to complement that. Yeah. They're a
They
long
don't
way
have the
from the
quar-
ways.
They don't have the quarterback to use the wide receivers that they have.
Mhm.
Like Keelan Cole is a beast. He's made some amazing plays this year, especially with that the new quarterback they have, the third string one.
Mhm.
They came out and they connected, but like they just I don't know if it's the line or their defense or whatever, but they just can't keep up. So
Who knows? Maybe it'd just be the helmet. So
could just be the helmet, yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. On to the Sunday late afternoon games. New Orleans at Denver. Taysom Hill is making his first road start, going up into the altitude in Denver. Saints are favored by 6. Rob, you said you think your Saints are still going to win the next 4. I mean, obviously you feel that way, so you're picking the Saints, I assume.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely taking the Saints unless Taysom Hill falls
Nice.
over and
Mhm.
you know Winston becomes the starting quarterback. I'd be picking the Saints from here on out,
Okay.
regardless of the fact that they're in my division and just they're hot. I
Yeah.
can't.
Denver handled one rookie quarterback, and I think they're going to do the same. It's New Orleans going from sea level to a mile high in the sky. And yeah, it's a different thing playing that altitude. I'm actually going with Denver. You can call this my upset of the week. I'm picking Denver on this one to keep things close in your division, Rob. You're welcome. So
Thanks,
yeah.
appreciate you.
Yeah, I just Denver seems to have a handle on rookie quarterbacks at home. So I know there's no fans in the stands, but still that altitude is bad enough as it is. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Nori, what about you?
I mean, a lot of people talked about how New England had just a good system and it wasn't really Brady and yada yada, which I don't think is the case, but they're half right. The Saints haven't people don't talk about the Saints system enough too, because you plugged in Bridgewater last year like nothing, and it was very similar results.
Mhm.
Maybe not the fancy numbers Drew Brees had, but similar results. Same thing with Hill now, just very similar results. So I'm gonna go with the Saints. I can't not go with them. They're too complete right now.
Okay, and Chingwei.
Imagine being a starting quarterback, losing your job to a tight end. That's how Jameis Winston feels.
What if
On
I
that
told you
note-
He deserves it.
What if I told you
Go ahead. What if you
What
told
if I
me?
told you you can throw 30 touchdowns, have a hard enough time finding a job, and still lose your job to a tight end when you finally get one? That's
30 for 30,
ESPN
bro.
30 for 30. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He's going to be the greatest subject ever to we talk about in football. Outside of that,
Yeah.
it's going to be the Saints.
Okay. Cool. I'm
All right.
riding with another upset pick out of the AFC West, but we'll see how that goes. So,
Oof.
yeah. All right. Now, Chickaway, you're picking first on the next one because it is your Niners coming off a bye, going to LA to play the Rams. Rams are favored by 6.5, and I think we're not going to see this one. Pretty much the only people that are going to see this is the entire state of California. And
Pretty
that's it.
much.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's it. So
Chicken Wing, how do you feel about this one? Are your Niners going to pull out a win?
if we want to stay in the playoff hunt, yeah. But is it likely? No. I know that we're getting 3 of our starters back. Mostert, Samuel, and I forgot the third. But, despite the help, I think Sean McVay is going to figure out what to do to dismantle our weakened defense and our lackluster of an offense. I know we're fighting hard, but there's no way we're gonna sweep them. And I'll be surprised if we sweep them. But no, we're gonna go out 1-1.
All right, Rob.
They just beat my Bucks. I'm going with the Rams.
Poor Rob. You sound so depressed. You okay over there?
Your Bucks are inconsistent though, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
The Rams have
But-
been the Rams. Go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But like they that pick, man.
They
like-
beat
like
Seattle,
it's-
bro. The Rams beat Seattle. That's a caliber
They
team.
did.
I'm not saying your team isn't caliber. Your team is inconsistent as hell.
They are.
Mhm.
And it's on offense, which is very depressing to me because
It was supposed to be the best in the NFL.
it's supposed
Yeah.
to be it's
paper.
supposed to be up there. And
On
And
paper.
Madden, the team's probably crushing people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely Madden. Yeah, like everyone is upper 90s. Like it's not.
I mean, they average a 101 rating. I've never heard that in Madden before, but just saying.
Shut up, Mike. I don't like your sarcasm.
Okay.
I hope your team gets
for
knocked
all
down
the inconsistencies,
Wow,
and lose by 2.
such hatred.
for all the inconsistencies that your Bucks have had, the Rams have had their share of questionable
Yeah,
losses.
questionable losses.
I mean, very
Against us
questionable
earlier this
losses.
year, too.
Yeah,
San
earlier.
Francisco with,
Is it going to happen again? No, the Rams are going to win this one at home. I know your Niners are coming off a bye, which is going to help them, but I like the Rams at home on this one. They are currently in the division lead, and they want to stay that way. They have a lot more to play for than the Niners do. So, Nori?
So at first I thought them beating Seattle was a fluke. But then like the more I look at the score, I'm like, wow, they didn't beat Seattle. They beat the dog shit out of Seattle.
Yeah.
They barely beat the Bucks, but they did beat them. A win's a win. So I can't think of a team in quite a while that's had two more impressive weeks of football. So the Rams are finally coming together, I think. And yeah, I think the 49ers, if they were healthy, I'd be picking the Niners, but they're not. So I'm going to go with the Rams.
All right. Now let's move into
I can't wait for this one.
Kansas City at Tampa. Rob, it's okay, bro. I mean, I know you got a green screen behind you. I wonder if it should be blue though, because you look pretty blue right now thinking about this game. You're
You should
You're
have
You're about as blue as Nori's outfit, bro. Look at that. It's matching that blue.
and
All right.
pretty much the entire nation is going to be watching this game. Just throwing that out there, outside of parts of Colorado. So everyone's going to be watching. Who are you picking? And is your Bucks going to pull an upset
All
at
right.
home because they're
So,
underdog by
Like
3
I-
points? Yeah.
like I said before, when we were talking earlier about playoffs and stuff, I don't see them actually winning this game. Patrick Mahomes and that offense and that defense is playing championship level. Tom Brady and their offense is not playing as consistently as I would like them to be. So just in those 2 points alone, I have to go with KC. It hurts me not to pick the Bucks, but I gotta go with the right pick right now, and that's KC.
But that Antonio Brown though. I'll stop.
Okay.
Go ahead, JC. I'm sorry.
Anybody else think it's weird? As much as we give the NFC East shit about how the division leader is 3-6-1, how 2020 is it that a team can be 9-1 and not be the top seed in a conference? How crazy is that? And I guess that's just how tough the AFC is right now. The Chiefs are just trying to keep pace right now. So yeah, I'm going with Kansas City. Yeah, on the road. They're playing great right now. Yeah, yeah. I think Nori, you call him the creative player, so I assume you're
Yes,
picking
man.
the Chiefs too. Yeah. So go ahead, Nori.
Yeah, I love Cowboys losses, and I love when Tom Brady loses. So he's going to lose twice in a row. So it's going to be a great Sunday for me. So, and again, the Chiefs. I'm sorry. You could put the 2002 Ravens against the Chiefs. I'm going to pick the Chiefs. I've never seen an offense like that before. Even the record-breaking 2007 offense, like it's just ridiculous when they do just enough to win now.
Mhm.
They're not doing what they did last year, but they don't have to. They're doing like LeBron. He'll just coast and coast and coast until it's important. When we have to win, we're going to win. And Patrick Mahomes is just a winner. I just cannot pick against him unless he's hurt. So Chiefs.
Oh, let's not forget Le'Veon Bell is actually playing like Le'Veon Bell should
Right.
be playing.
I mean, like it's ridiculous. Like that, the team is just may the Lord be with you.
Plays too.
They're the best team in the AFC. I don't care what the record says. They're the best team in the AFC.
All right, and then Chicken Wing.
Stealing everybody's ideas. We're gonna go with the Chiefs on this one.
Happy holidays.
It's just natural at this point.
Just Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, on to the Sunday night game, and basically the second game of NBC's doubleheader, even though it's a little 3-hour break. Chicago at Green Bay. Green Bay is actually favored by 8.5 for this division game in Lambeau. So, Rob, who you picking?
Green Bay, Lambeau.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not pick Green Bay at Lambeau? Like,
Because their defense is
have you seen
trash.
Chicago, they have no run game.
Okay, I'm not saying Chicago is gonna be the one that's gonna beat them. I'm just answering your question. How can I go against it? Well, because their defense is bad. But yeah, it's Chicago.
Yeah, but you have to have the right team to expose them. And I'll wait. Go ahead,
Exactly.
JC. Go ahead, JC.
Yeah, Green Bay. Yeah, I mean, Chicago. I mean, honestly, I thought they were gonna play better with Nick Foles at quarterback, and it's just no, it hasn't gone well. Yeah, I mean, better than Trubisky.
Super
I mean,
Bowl
so they
champion.
are playing better with Bulls. It's just Trubisky's that bad.
Yes.
So yes, they are playing better with the Bears. So that is right.
Yeah,
playing
it's
better.
just they're still not winning games though. So yeah, Green Bay. So
Not one of the games they need to know. Because like, how did
Yeah.
you lose to the Vikings 2 weeks ago? What's wrong with you? How?
there you go.
The Cowboys beat them. Come on, man.
Nori, who you got? Green Bay.
I mean, again, I think the Packers are frauds, but you still need the right team to expose them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna pick Packers.
And Chicken Wing.
Well,
Feeling.
considering that Chicago is right outside the playoff mark right now, they have a lot more to play for, but I'm still picking Green Bay.
I mean,
Without
Green Bay's got a lot to
question.
play for too. So yeah, at home and everything on a prime time.
They're running their division. Like, literally, they can lose and still be first.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but I mean,
So
seems
that's-
going to be
division this
important. There's a lot of pressure this year to get that number 1 seed because that's the only first round bye in the playoffs this year, and they're
Right.
still in the hunt for that. So yeah. Mhm.
Right. So they're in the hunt for that. So it's basically really just those two because, Philly. Anyway, let's go to the Monday night game.
Speaking of Philly, yeah, on Monday night they're hosting Seattle. Seattle's favored by 5. I think it's if Philly loses this, I say if, and a lot of us are probably like if, you probably mean when, right? They very easily could fall out of first place because you have 2 Dallas and Washington playing. The winner probably jump to first place, and if the Giants win, they would probably leap them as well. So, Rob, who you got in this one?
I'm gonna take the Sea Chickens. Yeah, Philly NFC least. Not gonna do it. Can't force me to.
Yeah,
Do it.
I'm sorry.
best division in the NFC versus the worst division in all of football right now. So yeah, going with Seattle. So, Nori.
Carson Wentz is playing like Trubisky in prime form. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. It's weird because Wentz when he's healthy is usually really, really good.
Mhm.
But this year, I don't know what's going on. He's playing historically bad. I think he's leading the NFL in interceptions, but I could be wrong on that.
He is actually, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and then you can't screw up against Seattle, regardless of their cupcake defense. You can't. Pete Carroll's just going to chew you up and spit you out. So, yeah, they're going to give Seattle way too many opportunities to win, and they're going to crush them. I'm going to go with Seattle.
And Chicken Wing, it's your division. Seattle going on the road. Who you got?
If Rex Ryan's saying Carson Wentz is bad, that's a problem. But I'm still gonna go with Seattle, as much as I hate going with a division rival.
Entire thing is like he's bet with every team that he hates. Bet with Cowboys, got Seattle, got Arizona. Who else?
I know this was a weird week for everybody, huh? 2020, right?
Oh wait,
But-
he picked LA also, the Rams.
I
too?
did.
Everyone
I
in
picked
your
my whole division to win.
Keep in mind, we're
Because-
not picking people we want to win. We're
Mhm.
keeping. We're thinking
True.
who could be the most accurate. That's the only reason I'm picking the Cowboys. Trust me.
Yeah.
Hate
True.
the Cowboys.
Yeah, I absolutely hate the Cowboys too. But
When they're going against
to-
Washington, I probably wouldn't be picking them. But I mean,
to kind of go what JC said, like it doesn't matter about the Cowboys game if New York wins their game, they're first
Mhm.
with the Philly loss. So at that point, because the Giants had the tiebreaker over the other two anyway, so I think
Dallas.
no,
Dallas has the tiebreaker over New York. Obviously, that
Tiebreaker.
could change when they play the second time. So,
right,
yeah.
but they have the tiebreaker as far as division games are concerned. Division
We've
record.
had a harder strength of schedule than Dallas has.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying just your division games. Y'all have the tiebreaker over the other two.
If there's a three-way tie, yeah, the Giants jump. But if it's a two-way
Yes.
tie, which it will be, the Giants have the tiebreaker over Washington, but they don't have the tiebreaker over Dallas. So, yeah, that Thanksgiving game is a
We broke back, and then Indy came in, and they barely beat us.
mhm.
So yeah,
So yeah.
So, but I mean, so I think Philly has a lot more to lose than the New York has a lot more to gain.
Mhm.
In
listen,
that
it's Christmas
retrospect.
for me. Giants win and Dallas and Eagles lose. It's Christmas for me. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Absolutely. But I mean, either way, you could come out as a division leader at the end of this week. Who
Go Lakers.
knows? Who
Go Lakers.
knows? The prophecy might come true from 8 years ago. That's the same year you got my jersey.
Yeah.
Remember? That was the same exact year too. So the prophecy.
Well, we're going to have a little fun with that next week. Obviously, next week will be the last week there. There's going to be some bye weeks. Just Carolina and Tampa, the latest bye weeks of the season. And I think Rob's team is ready for that, win or lose this weekend against KC.
Y'all getting beat.
And what that means is it's into December next week. And Chicken Wing mentioned he was messing around with it last week, the playoff machine. It's a fun little thing you can do on ESPN. And now they've updated it for the new playoff format. And we're going to be doing that after this week. We'll see how well we do on our picks this week. And then we're each going to be making our playoff predictions, who we think the top 7 seeds are going to be. And we were messing around with it last week after the show, and Chicken Wing had the Giants winning the division at 6-10. So
I was being generous too.
it
Originally it
could,
was 7-9. Now I think it is 6-10. I really
yeah,
do.
it could happen. That's 2020 in a nutshell, basically. So
Listen, if you win, and I stand by what I said, if you win the division and end up winning the Super Bowl, I will order your hat on live stream. JC, you put that hole on live, and I will actually no, because you'll have my credit card information.
yeah, I was gonna
so
say I'm
don't
not gonna
do
share
that
your credit card. You just put
Don't
the
do
receipt-
that
yeah.
You
part.
really should share his credit card. You
Share-
should learn it. He works at a bank, and if he's going to do that, he deserves it.
I wouldn't mind it.
Print the
Yeah, I
print the
mean-
receipt and show the receipt on screen. You can
I
do
will.
that,
I
yeah.
will definitely show the receipt on screen, and then everybody will see that I ordered you a championship
Listen, if
hat.
the 1-7 Giants at some point win the Super Bowl this year, I should be crowned with jewels. Forget about you guys should literally buy me statues. Like it's crazy.
I will
It's
send
crazy.
you. I will send you a
Like-
Bill O'Brien trophy because I know you want one of those too. So yeah.
Oh, I would deserve one.
Yes.
If somehow Bill
Yeah.
O'Brien helped me, even though he didn't. So I would deserve one. Like the
Yeah,
Giants,
he
the
would
1-7
deserve it.
Giants. Man, oh man, if you become an alcoholic, you ask the person, are you a Giants or a Knicks fan? And it's one of each.
Mhm.
So, and I'm
The
both.
Giants versus the Chiefs, and the Giants eke the win in the Super Bowl. I will.
Nah, it's
I'll stab
2020.
myself. I'll just.
2020, man.
It's 2020, man. It's that crazy, right?
Because
So
we know the Bucks can't win. Because
Actually,
Rob
no,
will not.
it's
Rob
2021.
will not get the.
we'll have a
Trinity,
new
I'll tell you right
president
now.
by the time the Super Bowl comes around. But yeah,
Rob will
right.
not have
So-
his Lakers, Dodgers, and Bucks all win the same. It's not happening. He's not getting the Trinity. Because then we're gonna lose him for all sports. I'll never watch sports again. I would quit.
No. I'll just pick up more sports. I'll pick up soccer. I'll pick up
Golf.
hockey, and
Yeah.
I don't know
Golf.
if I'll do MLS. I think I'll do like international soccer.
The World Cup. You know
Yeah,
that's always fun when it's a World Cup. you
Rob
know.
will start betting on Little League baseball. Like, what else are you gonna do at that point? What are you gonna do at that point? But yeah,
Not a DJ.
We'll talk all about it next week. Our Twitter account at SportsMinerPod. Join us, discuss with us, let us know what your picks are for the week. And you can chat along with us as well too, and talk shit to all of us. So thank you
Please
everybody
do.
for joining. Yeah. This has been fun. We hope everyone has a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. A reminder to those that are watching, obviously with everything going on, it's probably not easy for you to get together with family that you normally would. Zoom is lifting their 40-minute time limit just for Thanksgiving Day. So if you got family that you can't get together with, set up a Zoom meeting, talk football with them. You know, one way or another, at least you can do it virtually and spend that time with family, enjoy it as best you can, and do your Black Friday shopping online. You know, stores are bad enough. You don't need to go with, there's going to be a lot of people looking for deals. Just do it online.
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday, guys.
as well.
Cyber Monday.
So yeah, I'm sure all of us will be on there looking for stuff too. So
I'm gonna spend all my money.
Yeah, his money's gonna be gone.
yeah,
I got paid. It's gonna go.
just got
Right.
paid. It's gonna go away. All right. Thank you everybody for joining us. We down below me on the screen here, we got our Niners fan Chicken Wing.
Peace out.
We got our Giants fan Nori.
Super Bowl 2021 Giants. I smell it. I smell it. Wishful thinking. But
Giving this
let
guy
me-
too much hope. I should shut up.
Let a man dream. Let a man dream, please.
Oh my
It's been a
gosh,
rough
you
year.
never said nothing.
Yeah.
It's been a rough year. Let a man dream.
Over here we got our somewhat depressed Bucks fan Rob.
Hey, at least I know I'm a real fan. So yeah. But yeah, go Bucks.
Talking to that guy? You talking to that guy? You're talking to me?
No, we know who he's talking about. I'm not saying
Oh,
we know
that
who he's talking
guy. Yes, that
He will
guy.
not be named. Yes, he will not be named.
about. Rob
that
coming with
guy.
the heat. Rob coming with the heat.
With
But,
the
I like
pettiness
I
today.
like it.
I like it.
I like it.
That chicken wing level pettiness. That way.
Yeah.
Oh no, he ain't nowhere near my petty level, but that's okay though.
That comment was.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That was
without
S
that
plus
part.
tier petty.
Yeah.
That was S plus tier petty.
And I am JC. Again, I'll say it because it got us a win last time. Tighten up, please. Let's beat the damn Colts, please.
It's not
And
gonna
get us
happen.
the division lead, man.
It's not
Let's
gonna
do
happen.
this. Let's go. Let's go.
Let me catch up to you, JC. I'm gonna
Yeah,
pass
alright.
these two scrubs up this weekend.
We'll see.
Football
Awesome.
gods, please keep chicken wing in last
Oh,
place.
God.
This has been great.
Last place. Thank you.
Just give it last
The
place.
repeat, bro. It's gonna happen.
We'll
You're
have a
like down by 8 or 7. It's not happening.
Six.
happy Thanksgiving,
Down by
everybody. We'll see
Thank you.
guys
Tell him again,
next
Rob. Tell him again. Catching up.
Catching up.
week.
Thank you.
Laters, everybody.
6.
Later, guys.